All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Give us a few minutes, or less than a minute, really. Less than a minute. Let me just check some things out here real quick. Take a look at some things really fast here. All right. Let's make sure everything is good and make sure we are live. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for coming in. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Today's master class, we're going to show you guys how to take an article and turn it into a PDF very easily. All right. Let me just set some things up here real quick because some things have disappeared from off the screen. Every now and then we experience these technical difficulties. Let me see here. But that's okay because we still are going to maintain as normal. Let me see right here. And let's just check something out really fast. Okay. And so I'm going to get these sites pulled up really fast. That way we can go ahead and get everything squared away. All right. Hold on, ladies and gents. All right. There we go. Looks like we're in business. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for the patience. And yeah, okay. So welcome in. Appreciate y'all. Once again, we are live. By the way, this is a live class. And I definitely thank you guys for coming and checking us out. How to University. We also are live on Live Events Network by way of Live Events Now. And real quick, we're going to go ahead and give you guys that site. All right. So let's pull that up on the screen. So you guys can also see us on that address right there, bio.site/live events now. All right. We're on Live Events Now as well. All right. And so we're going to get started, ladies and gents. Okay. Making sure my dog is okay here. We appreciate y'all again for coming in. Let me change this up here. Look like there's a... There we go. All right. So again, today we're going to have a class on turning articles into PDFs. All right. 2 ways to do it. There are 2 ways to do it. Okay. There are 2 ways you can do that. And we're going to show you both ways. All right. They're both fairly easy to do. So with that being said, welcome to How to University, and class is officially in session. All right. So let's go. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to do now is pull up. We're going to show you how to take an article and turn that into a PDF. All right. And then we have a part 2 class, which is coming up not next week. I think the week after next, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get the dates for you real quick, because this is kind of like a part 1. And then you're going to have a part 2 class as well that will kind of coincide with this. All right. Let me make sure we got the dates correct. Hold on here. I definitely want to make sure that we get you on the right track and the right path. So September the 24th, we're going to have this is kind of like a part 2 class that will go with this class. So you need to know this class first, and then we're going to show you the next class. All right. So some years back, I did a class on how to send your PDFs to your Kindle app. All right. And now what we're going to do is show you how to send your PDFs to your Kindle app, but with a difference. That's on the 24th of this month. And the difference is we're going to show you how to send that PDF to your Kindle app and make that actual PDF look exactly like the Kindle books that you purchase off of Amazon. So they're going to have a different look. All right. So like I said, some years ago, you'll find on the How to University YouTube channel, you'll see where we actually showed you how to take a PDF and send it to your Kindle. But this time on the 24th, after this class today, on the 24th, we're going to show you how to take the PDF that you get, that we show you how to get it from this class, take from an article or any article you want. And we're going to show you how to send it to your Kindle app, but actually make it look exactly like the Kindle books as if you bought it off of Amazon. And some of those PDFs that you turn into like a Kindle looking book on your Kindle app, some of them are going to be just like the Kindle books, where you can navigate with the actual chapters, where you could click on the chapter. Some of them, because not all of them, in which it'll be explained, but you can actually tap on the the PDF chapters, because some of the PDFs have chapters. You can actually click on it and go to those actual chapters. So that's the difference between the class that we taught a few years back, where we showed you how to send the PDF to your Kindle. Now we're going to show you not only how to send it, and it's a different way from our previous class. We're going to also show you how to send it to your app, but also make it look just like the Kindle book as far as how it looks, how it reads, and everything. All right. So definitely be sure to attend that class as well. So now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and show you 2 different ways to turn an article into a PDF. All right. Some of you may or may not be familiar with how to do it, but we're going to show you today. All right. So I'm going to go to this site here, which is 365 Ideas. You guys can go to 365ideas.org if you want to check out some more. So let's pull this up, make it full screen. And we're just going to take an article from here, right? And I'm going to go over the first way to turn it into a PDF, and then we're going to show you a second way. All right. All right. So let's scroll down here and find an article. Okay. And let's do this one right here. The 5 ways to keep your dog from jumping on guests. Okay. Let's check out that one. All right. Okay, so we're going to click on that article, and you can go to any website, by the way, whatever website that you want to go to. Okay, whatever website you want to go to and get an article, feel free to choose any website. I'm just choosing this one today. All right, 365 Ideas. And so here's the article right here. Now, you won't be able to see it because the way the screen is kind of cut, where it doesn't show you all the tabs and everything. It wants to give you a clean look, but I'm going to explain it and you should be able to see it on the screen. So let's say we pulled up this article here, or whatever article you decide you want to get and turn it into a PDF. And you're on this website. And if you look up to the top right, you'll see like on a PC, I know it's on, we're using a PC. So it may be the same with Mac, or it might be a slight difference. So I can't explain to you about the Macs, but it may be exactly the same or just a tad bit different. It might just be how it looks, the design or whatever. But on the PC, which is what we're on, if you go to the top right, you'll see 3 dots. All right. You want to click on those 3 dots. Okay. And a little pop-up should appear. Hopefully you guys be able to see that. I want to make sure it shows there. And I don't think it'll show up on your screen. But what happens, I'm explaining it. What happened right now is when I hit those 3 dots, you might have seen my cursor on the screen and going up to the top right. But what you'll see is a pop-up, and it'll have a bunch of little names. It'll have new tab, it'll have new windows, new in private window. It have zoom, where you can just zoom in and make the screen bigger. But you want to look down, right? You want to kind of look down that list till you see the word print. And unfortunately, it won't show up here. I should have done it on a different, probably should have done this on an OBS so you guys could see, but I'm just explaining it. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to click on print. Okay. And what will happen? Let me see if this will show up. Let me see if I'll be able to pull this up here. All right. Let me see if I can pull this thing. Let me see if it'll show up first of all. All right. Let me see if this thing will show up on the screen here. I'm not quite sure. Let me see. This might. Hold on here. That one. Let me see this one. No, that's not it. Okay. That's fine. So what I did is I hit the 3 dots and then I look down for the word print. And once you click on print, you guys are going to see on the left side there. Let me pull this thing back in because you won't see it here. I wish it would pull up, but you can't see it. That's what I hate about. That's the only messed up thing about StreamYard, is that when you're inside one page and you click on something to be able to show it. I want to try to do something here real quick. Let me see if it'll work for me. Let me try to do something and then I'll be able to. I'm hoping it will let me do it. No, it sure won't. I wanted to at least, let me see something real quick. I wanted to try the screenshot. So I'm going to have to explain it to you. As you see on the screen now is the article. And then you look on the top right, you'll see 3 dots. You click on those 3 dots and a pop-up will show up, right? And it'll be a list of different things on there. What you want to do is go down that list till you see the word print. And when you see the word print, you click on print and then the screen will kind of change. It'll have this article here. And on the side, you'll have a panel. It'll say printer. If whether you have a printer or not, it'll say printer. Then it'll have the word layout. And under layout, it'll say portrait and landscape. And then you have pages, and then it says all pages or odd pages only or even pages only, or you can type in what pages. So where it says printer at, you want to click on the drop down for that. Okay. And when you go to the drop down, you'll see save as PDF. That's what you want to click on. Okay. You want to click on save as PDF. And then at the bottom, you just want to click the word save. And automatically it saves your a pop-up will show up and it'll have the title of that article. And after you click save, the pop-up will show up to where this PDF is going to be downloaded. So I should be able to pull that up for you in a second. And you just look at it, make sure everything looks good. It'll say the title of the article, and then right under it, it'll say PDF file. You just click save, and automatically, I'm looking at it right now. You guys can't see it, but it's showing me that it saved that article. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and pull up that article in PDF form. All right, just to show you. You guys see on the screen right now the article from that website, right? So now what I'm going to do is pull up the same article, but it's going to be in PDF form, okay? And as it's loading up, we're going to pull it, we're going to bring it up just to show you so you can see the difference between the two. All right, so here it is. So now I'm going to pull up the PDF version of this article. And there you go. You see it on the screen. So that's one way to turn an article into a PDF. Okay. And so now we're going to show you a second way. And so I can also click on the arrows to go to the different pages. Now, here's the thing. Here's the difference I want to show y'all about where you hit the three dots compared to what I'm going to show you next. The difference is going to be on this PDF document here that you just go on the top right, click the three dots, and then you go down to the word printer. You click on printer, and then the pop-up will show up on the left side, and you'll just kind of scroll or look for the word save PDF file. You'll click on that, and you'll click save on the bottom, and then another pop-up should pop up, right? And when that pops up, you're just verifying that that's the article and where it's going to be saved at on your computer. You click save, and then boom, it's there. And I just pulled it up. This is the article now in PDF form. Now, the difference between doing it this way and the next way I'm going to show you in a minute is that you can remove certain things on the article. Like you can remove the dates on the way I'm going to show you next. On this first way, you can't really remove anything. If you just wanted to have like a clean look, maybe the title, the picture, and just the article, you won't be able to have that clean look, okay? So as you see the pages, now this last page here, all of this area, on the way I'm going to show you how to do it next, you can remove all this area right here, okay? So let's get into the second way of doing it, all right? And what we're going to do is go ahead and pull up the next page. Let's get rid of this. Well, let's keep that there. All right. So now I'm going to show you a second way on how to do this. All right. This second way is a website. Some of you might be familiar. Some of you may not. Okay. Let's pull up the website real quick and show you what the website is and some things you can do with it. All right. So there you go. This is the website right here. It's called printfriendly.com. All right. Printfriendly.com. Okay. So you can set up an account if you want, or you can just leave it as is. And what you guys see on the screen on the right-hand side is where you put the link at, and then you'll click on preview. So hopefully we'll see in a second if this thing is going to work. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go to that site. I don't know why it disappeared on me, but I'm going to go ahead and find that site with the article in it and just get the link to it. Okay. So let's go to that site real quick. Or better yet, let me go to another site. All right. And pull an article from somewhere else since we did this one article. So right now I'm going to what's the 411 news website. And I'm just going to pick an article real quick and then show you guys. All right. I'm pulling up an article here that says, the title of it says Black Church G checks Al Sharpton over Kamala Cash. Okay. And so what you do next is in that box where it has the like a web address. So where it says is, let's read it real quick. You can drag and drop, or choose a file to upload, or enter a URL to make it print friendly or PDF. Now, this choose file is very interesting because they didn't have this before. So I'm taking the assumption that you can take files from off your computer and upload those now. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to put a link in this box here. And that way you guys can see how this thing works. All right. But apparently it looks like you could choose a file now and also turn it into a PDF. But what we're going to do is going to go ahead and put the link in this box here. All right. You should be able to see that. All right. So there you go. You see that? I put the link in that box, and we're just going to click preview. Okay. Let's click on preview. And the magic should start happening, as you guys should be seeing on the screen. There you go. So once I put the link in, and then I click preview, right? And you see it's taking that link from the article, and here you go. This is it right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you what you can do with this that you can't do with the first way I showed you. So remember I said you can remove things from off the screen, right? So as I hover over things, you'll see it in yellow, right? Hopefully you'll see that. Let me make sure you guys can see that. I got to check my monitor. Yeah, there you go. So what you can do is you can actually remove things that you just don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, right? See, boom. If I want to remove this date, I can remove that. I can remove this. Anything I don't want, most of the time, all right? And so I just have this right here. I don't know why it's not showing the words to the article, but nonetheless, I'm just showing you what you can do. You can also remove the actual link of where you got the article from, as you guys are seeing me do right now. All right. And so you can have a much cleaner look for articles. And of course, you can use these things for if you're doing news or you just want to read, because I'm getting ready to show you something else here in a second. How it works. So right here, you see the word, or not the word, but you see this PDF icon. You have the option to print, turn it into a PDF, or something dealing with email, I guess. But of course, we want to just turn it into a PDF. So we're just going to click on this right here. All right. And you should see this on the screen. Let me just make sure that's what you guys are seeing. All right. There you go. So you see in this box on the screen right now. Okay. And you have a choice of page, how you want your page size to look. It can be letter or A4. You just have really those choices, A4 or letter. Okay. Of course, I'm just going to leave it on letter. And then all you got to do here is just click on download your PDF. And it should be downloading. All right. It's just that started, just downloaded just then. Doesn't take long to download at all. Okay. Doesn't take long to download at all. And so now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and upload the finished PDF the way it is, and just go ahead and so you guys can see that it is exactly how we set it up to be. Okay. So let's pull that up. We're going to pull this article up real quick as it's loading. And that's it, man. We're going to show you in a second. Just waiting on it for it to load. All right. All righty. So now it's ready to load, and I'm just going to click on it so you guys can see. All right. Boom. And there it is. This is exactly how we set it up to look. Remember, I said that there was some spaces down on the bottom that I wanted to remove, and I highlighted it. I hovered over it, and the yellow highlight came, and I just clicked the delete trash can over it and some other things, and it looks exactly like the way we set it up, even removing the link of the actual website where we got the article from. And so there you go. All right. So you could take just about any article from any website, turn it into a PDF, and then we're going to show you next on the September 24th at 6 p.m. You're going to see how we're going to take this PDF and take it and send it to your Kindle and make it read and look just like the Kindle books if you were to purchase a Kindle book off of Amazon. So we're going to make those PDFs look just like Kindle books. All right. So hopefully you guys learned something. My apologies that certain things didn't show up on the screen. I think the next time around, I'm going to be connecting OBS to StreamYard. That way I can show you everything on whenever we cheat certain things, you can see the full screen. That way you can get the full tutorial. So hopefully my explanation is clear enough and helped you guys out. If not, feel free to put something in the comments, let me know. And we'll do another class and redo it. Okay. We'll just redo the class if it turns out you cannot get and figure out how to do both ways. Okay. It's not a problem. So feel free to comment or let me know that you figured it out by my instructions, even though you couldn't see certain screens. Okay. And yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming in. Hopefully you'll get this. You got 2 ways now. Actually, it's 3, because if you go back to our previous class that was a few years ago, there was 1 way I showed you, totally different from these 2 ways that I'm showing you now on how to take your PDF and send it to your Kindle. All right. I just showed you 2 here, and then there's 1 a few years back we did a class on. And then the next class, we're going to show you how to take these PDFs, put it in your Kindle, but make it look like an actual Kindle book. Read and be sized, and the letters and words going to be just as big as the words and letters that are in the actual Kindle books that you purchase. All right. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming in and taking this master class. Let me know if you learned something today, and we're going to see you on the 24th, unless we pop up with a new class to teach it before then. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, class is officially dismissed. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out this class today. All right. Appreciate y'all. This is How To University. Be sure to go to howtouniversityonline.com. All right. You can go to bio.link/HTU, or you can go to howtouniversityonline.com. All right. The web addresses are right there on the bottom. All right. Leave that on for a few seconds before we get out of here. And again, we appreciate y'all for coming in. Let us know if you learned something today. Let us know if you need me to redo this class where I can actually show you everything, because that's the one issue when we use StreamYard, that we can't seem to get it to show certain things, and I have to end up explaining to y'all. So yeah, we're going to have to use some other tools when we do certain trainings. All right. And with that being said, thank you again. We appreciate y'all. This is How To University. And with that being said, we'll see y'all again on the 24th. All right. Peace.